The large screen in the control room lit up with strange symbols. Everyone stopped talking. For 20 years, the deep space listening station had picked up nothing but empty noise. Today was different. "Is it real?" asked General Park, his voice low and careful. Captain Dae-ho Kim nodded. His dark eyes never left the screen. "Yes, sir. This is not from Earth. The signal comes from beyond our solar system." The room filled with whispers. After years of budget cuts and jokes about wasting money, the Space Defense Force had found something real. Dae-ho had joined the force 15 years ago. He was smart and worked hard. Now, at 40 years old, he led the first contact team. He never thought he would use the plans they made. "Play the message again," he said to the young woman at the computer. Officer Jin-Ah Lee tapped the keyboard. The strange symbols flashed across the screen, followed by simple drawings. First a star, then planets, then shapes that looked like people but not quite human. "They are showing us their home," said Dae-ho. "And they are showing us themselves." "General," Park crossed his arms. "Can we answer them?" "We need time to figure out how," Dae-ho said. "But yes, I think we can." 3 days later, Earth sent its first message to the stars. Simple pictures, like the ones they received. A star, planets, and human shapes. The reply came faster than anyone expected. Just 6 hours later, the screen lit up again. "They must be closer than we thought," said Jin-Ah, her eyes wide. The new message showed a ship. Then it showed the ship, moving toward Earth. The meaning was clear. They were coming. Dae-ho spent the next 2 weeks in meetings with world leaders. Some wanted to prepare weapons. Others talked about peace. In the end, they agreed to meet the visitors with open minds but ready for anything. "Captain Kim," said the president in their final meeting, "you will lead this mission. Your team will make first contact." Dae-ho nodded. His stomach felt tight. He was a soldier and a scientist, not a diplomat. But someone had to do this job. The alien ship entered Earth orbit exactly when they said they would. It was huge, silver, and shaped, like a perfect circle. Earth's best telescopes could not see any weapons, but that did not mean there were none. "They want to send down one representative," said Communications Officer Taewon Lee. He had been working day and night to understand the alien language. They call themselves the Korvax. Dae-ho stood on the landing field with his team. The sun made him sweat in his formal uniform. Next to him stood Science Officer Jisoo Park, her face serious but her eyes excited. On his other side was Security Director Soo-min Yoon, her hand near her gun. A beam of light shot down from the ship. When it faded, a tall figure stood on the field. It looked almost human, but with gray skin and eyes too large for its face. It wore a suit made of some shiny material. "I am Ambassador Talek of the Korvax," it said in perfect English. "We come with gifts of knowledge and technology for your world." Dae-ho stepped forward. "I am Captain Dae-ho Kim of Earth. We welcome you and thank you for your gifts." Talek smiled, but something about that smile made Dae-ho's soldier instincts buzz with warning. The smile did not reach those large eyes. "Your people are young," said Talek, looking around at the simple landing field. "But we see potential in you. The Korvax help developing species reach the stars." "We are honored," said Dae-ho. But in his mind, he wondered why a species so advanced would travel so far just to help humans. What did they really want? As they walked toward the building, Dae-ho noticed how Talek barely looked at the human technology around them. Like an adult who is not impressed by a child's toys, something was not right. But for now, Earth needed to be friendly. They needed to learn, and they needed to be careful. 2 weeks passed since the Korvax arrived. The aliens set up a base near the landing site. They brought amazing machines and offered to share them with humans. Jisoo Park worked day and night in her lab. As the lead science officer, she had to understand the new technology. The Korvax gave humans medical devices that could heal wounds in minutes. They shared engines that used almost no fuel. They even showed how to make food grow faster. "This is amazing," said Taewon as he watched Jisoo test a small silver box. Why would they give us all this? Jisoo did not look up from her work. That is what I am trying to find out. She took the silver box apart carefully. Inside were tiny parts that glowed with blue light. But there was something else too. Hidden in the corner was a small black chip that did not connect to anything else. What is this? She asked herself. She put the chip under her microscope. That night, Jisoo knocked on Captain Kim's door. Come in, said Daeho. He looked tired. Meetings with the Korvax all day and reports all night left little time for sleep. Sir, I found something, said Jisoo. She put a folder on his desk. The Korvax technology has hidden parts. They watch us. Daeho looked at the pictures in the folder. You are sure? Yes. Every device they gave us has these chips. They collect information and send it back to the Korvax ship. Daeho stood up and walked to the window. Outside, the lights of the Korvax base glowed in the dark. So they pretend to help us, but really they spy on us. Yes, sir. And there is more. The technology they share is good, but it is not their best. I think they are giving us toys while keeping the real tools for themselves. Daeho thought for a moment. Have you told anyone else? No. Just you. Good. We need to keep this quiet. He turned to face her. Can you make it look like we do not know about the hidden chips? Jisoo nodded. I can put everything back together. They will not know I found them. Do it. And Jisoo, I want you to start a new project. Take the best scientists we have, but keep it secret. I want you to really understand how the Korvax technology works. Not just use it, but learn to make it ourselves. That will be hard, said Jisoo. We would need a place to work where the Korvax cannot watch. I will handle that, said Daeho. Security Director Yoon knows about some old military bunkers, underground with thick walls. No signals, can get in or out unless we want them to. The next day, Daeho met with Ambassador Talek. The alien seemed pleased with how quickly humans learned to use the new technology. Your people are smart for such a young species, said Talek. Thank you, said Daeho with a smile that hid his true feelings. We are eager to learn more. Of course. Tomorrow we will show you how to make better medicine. And soon we can talk about space travel beyond your solar system. That would be wonderful, said Daeho. By the way, we have built a new research center to study your gifts. Would you like to see it? What Daeho did not say was that the new center was just for show. The real work would happen deep underground, where the Korvax could not see. That night, trucks moved equipment to the bunker. Jisoo led a team of 20 scientists down the long tunnel. They would live and work there, trying to learn the secrets of the alien technology. Above ground, humans would smile and thank the Korvax for their help. But below, they would prepare for the day when that help might end. Or worse, when they found out what the Korvax really wanted. 6 months passed since the Korvax arrived. On the surface, everything seemed good. Humans used the new technology to clean dirty water, heal sick people, and grow more food. The Korvax smiled and promised more gifts soon. But deep underground in the secret bunker, Jisoo and her team worked day and night. They had learned much about the alien technology. They could now make some of the simpler devices themselves. Taewon Lee sat in his small office next to the communications center. His job was to watch all signals between Earth and the Korvax ship. Most of what he heard was friendly talk and plans for new projects. That night, as he was about to go home, his computer made a strange sound. A new signal was going from the Korvax ship to somewhere far away. This is not their usual call home, Taewon said to himself. He pressed buttons to record the message. The signal was coded, but Taewon had been studying Korvax language for months. He worked all night trying to understand it. As the sun came up, his eyes grew wide with fear. 1 hour later, he stood in Captain Kim's office. Sir, I found something bad, said Taewon. His hands shook as he put a paper on the desk. Daeho read it and looked up with a hard face. Are you sure this is right? Yes, sir. I checked 3 times. This is what they said. The paper showed a message from the Korvax ship to their homeworld. It said, "Planet Earth has many resources we need. Humans are a Type 4 species, primitive but with some basic technology. They trust us completely. When more ships arrive, we can begin Phase 2, resource extraction and possible use of humans for labor." Deho hit his desk with his fist. So, this was their plan all along. They never wanted to help us. They just wanted our planet and maybe to make us slaves. "There's more," said Taiwan. "The message says that in 3 months 5 more Korvax ships will arrive, much bigger ones." Deho stood up. "We need to tell the world leaders, but we cannot let the Korvax know that we found out." "How do we do that?" "They watch everything we do." "Not everything," said Deho. "We have our secret bunker, and now we have you. Can you send messages that the Korvax will not notice?" Taiwan thought for a moment. "Yes, we can use old radio waves. The Korvax think that technology is too simple to matter. They do not watch it." "Good. Start sending messages to all major governments. Code them so only they can understand. Tell, the world changed in ways most people could not see. On the surface, life went on as normal. People used the new Korvax technology. They smiled at the aliens who walked among them. But underground, humanity prepared for war." Su Min Yoon stood in the main control room of Bunker 7. Once, this place had been a Cold War shelter. Now it was the heart of Earth's secret defense network. Screens covered the walls. Each one showed a different underground facility. "How many people have we moved?" she asked her assistant. "Almost 30 million, he said. All key scientists, engineers, doctors, and military personnel, plus their families. We tell the Korvax they are at conferences or on vacation." Sumin nodded. "And our weapons?" "Jisu's team has made good progress. We can now copy most of the Korvax technology. We have built 5,000 fighters with the new engines." In another part of the bunker, Jisu worked with her team on a new project. They had taken apart a Korvax communication device and rebuilt it to do something new. "Will it work?" asked Deho as he entered the lab. Jisu looked up from her work. Dark circles showed under her eyes. "I think so. We can now block their signals. When the time comes, they will not be able to talk to each other." Deho put a hand on her shoulder. "You should rest." "There is no time for rest," she said. 2 months until the other ships arrive. We must be ready." Above ground, Deho continued to meet with Ambassador Talek. Each day he pretended to be excited about new Korvax gifts. Each day he shared false information about Earth's resources and defenses. "Your people learn quickly," said Talek one day. "But I noticed that many of your scientists are not available for our teaching sessions." Deho forced a smile. "Yes, we had a global science conference in Geneva. Many of our best minds are there, sharing what they learned from you." Talek's eyes narrowed. "I see. And when will they return?" "Soon," said Deho. "Very soon." That night he met with the world leaders by secure video call. "The Korvax are getting suspicious," he said. "We need to be more careful." "We are running out of time," said the president. "How ready are we?" "Our new ships can fly," said Fleet Commander Min-Ho Choi. "But we have only 5,000. The Korvax will bring many more." "Numbers are not everything," said Jisoo. "I have found a weakness in their systems. They rely too much on automatic controls. Their ships talk to each other all the time. If we can cut that talk, they will be confused." "Can we win?" asked one leader. Deho looked at each face on the RAW screen. "I do not know," he said honestly. "But we will fight, and the Korvax do not expect us to fight at all. Surprise is our best weapon." As the meeting ended, an alarm sounded. Sumin rushed into the room. "Sir, we have a problem. One of few. Our bunkers was found. A Korvax scout ship flew over the wrong place at the wrong time." Deho felt cold fear in his stomach. "Did they see inside?" "No. But they saw the entrance. They are asking questions." Deho closed his eyes for a moment. Then he looked at Sumin with a hard face. "Then we are out of time. Tell all commands. We move to Defense Plan Alpha." Now, around the world, hidden doors opened, secret factories increased their work, and in space, human ships that had been hiding behind the moon began to move. The time for pretending was over. Ambassador Talek walked through the main human research center. Humans in white coats worked on Korvax devices, smiling and thanking the aliens for their help. But something felt wrong to Talek. "I wish to see your power plant," he said to Captain Kim. "The one where you test our new energy systems." Daeho kept his face calm, but inside he felt worried. The power plant was fake. It had lights and sounds, but it did not really work. It was just for show. "Of course," said Daeho. "Right this way." As they walked, Talek spoke in a cold voice. "We have noticed strange things, Captain. Some of your satellites have changed position. Many of your important people are not where they should be. And yesterday we found a door in the ground where there should not be one." Daeho said nothing. They had been discovered. In the fake power plant, Talek looked at the machines. He touched one and frowned. "This does not work," he said. "It is just a shell." He turned to Daeho with angry eyes. "You have been lying to us. Why?" Before Daeho could answer, a young officer ran into the room. "Captain Kim, we just got word that all city centers are clear. Operation Safe Haven is complete." The officer saw Talek and stopped talking, but it was too late. Talek's face turned hard with anger. "So, you know what we planned, and you have been preparing." He touched a device on his wrist. "It does not matter. You are still too weak to stop us." Daeho pressed a button on his watch. "Maybe, but we will try." Alarms began to sound throughout the building. Talek ran to the window. In the sky, a bright flash appeared as the Korvax ship fired weapons at Earth. "Your cities will burn," said Talek. "Your people will serve us or die." "Our cities are empty," said Daeho. "We moved our people underground weeks ago. Those you wanted to destroy are safe." Talek looked surprised for the first time. "Impossible. We would have seen such a large movement. We used your own technology." "Against you," said Daeho. "We found the tracking devices in your gifts and made them show false information." Suddenly the building shook. Outside, more flashes lit up the sky. "Sir," said the young officer, looking at his tablet, "Commander Choi reports that our fleet has engaged the Korvax ship, and Su Min says all defense systems are online." Daeho nodded. "Good." He turned to Talek. "Your ship is alone right now, but soon your fleet will arrive. We needed more time, but we will fight with what we have." Talek laughed. "You think you can fight us? Your weapons are toys compared to ours." "Maybe," said Daeho, "but we learn quickly." His watch beeped. He looked down at a message from Jisoo. "Signal blocker ready. Waiting for your command." Daeho looked at Talek. "We may surprise you." Outside, explosions filled the sky as human ships attacked the Korvax vessel. The alien ship was bigger and stronger, but there were many human ships darting around it like angry bees. "Take the ambassador to the holding cell," Daeho told two guards. "Make sure he is safe. He is not our enemy. He was just following orders." As Talek was led away, he turned back. "You are making a mistake, human. When our fleet arrives, your world is finished." "We will see," said Daeho. Then he pressed his watch and spoke. "Jisoo, activate the signal blocker and tell Commander Choi to begin Phase 2. In her underground lab, Jisoo pushed a button on a large machine. Power surged through it. Across the sky, invisible waves spread out, cutting off the Korvax ship from its homeworld. The real battle for Earth had begun. Fleet Commander Min-ho Choi stood on the bridge of the Earthship Defender. Through the large window, he could see the battle in space. The huge Korvax ship fired bright blue beams at the human vessels. Each hit destroyed a ship instantly. "We lost the Phoenix and the Courage," reported his second-in-command. "That makes 12 ships gone." Min-ho nodded. His face showed no emotion, but inside his heart hurt for each lost crew. "Tell all ships to continue the attack pattern. Do not fly straight. Keep moving in random paths." The Korvax ship was powerful, but it was also slow. The human ships were smaller and faster. They darted around the alien vessel like flies around a large animal. "Sir," called the communications officer. "Captain Kim reports that Operation Signal Block is active. The Korvax cannot call for help." "Good," said Minho. "Now for Phase 2. He pressed a button on his chair. "All ships, this is Commander Choi. Begin attack pattern Delta." Across space, the human fleet changed its movements. Instead of attacking from all sides, they pulled back. The Korvax ship turned, trying to face the largest group of human vessels. But it was a trick. While the main fleet distracted the Korvax, 3 special ships moved close to the alien vessel from behind. These ships carried Jisu's newest weapon. "Virus ships in position," reported the weapons officer. Minho took a deep breath. "Launch the virus." The 3 ships fired small devices that attached to the hull of the Korvax ship. These were not bombs. They were electronic viruses designed to confuse the alien computers. At first, nothing seemed to happen. The Korvax ship continued to fire its weapons. Then suddenly, its lights flickered. Its weapons fired in random directions, missing the human ships. "It's working," said Minho, with a small smile. "The virus is affecting their targeting systems." On the Korvax ship, confusion spread. Their computers showed thousands of human ships where there were only hundreds. Their weapons fired at empty space. Their shields weakened in places where they should be strong. Ambassador Talek stood in the command center watching with growing fear. "What is happening? Fix the systems." "We cannot," said the ship's captain. "The humans have infected our computers with some kind of virus. It is like nothing we have seen before." Talek could not believe what was happening. The humans were supposed to be simple creatures. How could they fight back so effectively against superior Korvax technology? Back on the Defender, Minho received a new message. "Sir, ground control reports that 5 more Korvax ships have just entered the solar system. They will be here in 20 minutes. Minho's face grew serious again. "We need to finish this battle before they arrive." He opened a channel to all ships. "This is Commander Choi. All vessels focus fire on these coordinates." He sent the location of a weak spot on the Korvax ship that their scans had FE. In the main war room deep underground, Captain Dae-ho Kim looked at the large screen. It showed 5 Korvax ships moving toward Earth. These ships were twice the size of the first one. "How many of our ships are still able to fight?" he asked. "Commander," Minho's face appeared on a smaller screen. 312. We lost 87 in the first battle. The rest need repairs." Dae-ho nodded. It was better than he expected. "And the Korvax ships will arrive in how long?" 4 hours, said Minho. "We are moving into position now, but Captain Kim..." He paused. "Even with our virus, I do not think we can win against 5 of their largest ships." The room was quiet. Everyone knew what that meant. Earth might win the battle but lose the war. Jisu, who had been working at a computer, stood up. "Maybe we do not need to fight all 5 ships." Dae-ho looked at her. "What do you mean?" "Their ships work together, like parts of one mind," she said. "They all connect to the command ship. It is the biggest one in the middle." She pointed to the screen. "If we could take control of that ship, we might be able to stop them all." "Take control?" asked Su-min. "How? We cannot even get close to it with our ships." Jisoo smiled. "We use their own technology against them again. I studied the first ship we captured. They have transport beams that can move people from one ship to another. We could use that to send a small team directly inside their command ship." Dae-ho thought about this. It was dangerous, maybe impossible, but if it worked... "I will lead the team," he said. "No," said Su-min. "You are too important. We need you here." "This mission needs someone who understands both military and diplomatic matters," said Dae-ho. "I have talked with the Korvax more than anyone. I know how they think." No one argued. They knew he was right. "I will need Jisoo," said Dae-ho. "No one knows their technology better." Jisoo nodded. "I can make their systems think we belong on their ship." "And I need Tae-wan," added Dae-ho. He understands their language and communications. The planning took 3 hours. The team would use a small ship to get close to the Korvax fleet. They would look like space debris, just broken parts from the first battle. When they were close enough, they would use the transport beam to enter the command ship. As they prepared to leave, Su Min gave Dai-Ho a special suit. "This will hide you from their sensors," she said. "It uses their own stealth technology. Once you are inside their ship, find the main control room. Jisu's virus can do the rest." Dai-Ho, Jisoo, and Taewon boarded the small ship. It did not look special, but inside it carried Earth's best technology and brightest minds. "Remember," said Dai-Ho to his team, "we only need to hold the command ship for 1 hour. That will give Commander Minho time to attack the other ships one by one." The small ship left Earth and moved toward space. Ahead, they could see flashes of light as the human fleet engaged the first of the Korvax ships. The battle had begun. "Commander, Choi is attacking early," said Taewon. "He is drawing their attention away from us." The small ship moved slowly, looking like just another piece of debris. As they got closer to the Korvax fleet, they could see the huge command ship in the center. It was like a metal mountain floating in space. "Are we ready?" asked Dai-Ho. Jisoo checked her equipment one last time. "The transport beam is set. It will put us near their engine room. From there, we can reach the main controls." Taewon looked, nervous but determined. "I have mapped the ship based on the one we captured. I know the way." Dai-Ho took a deep breath. "Then let's go. For Earth." He pressed the button. The world around them disappeared in a flash of light. The ultimate gambit had begun. A bright flash of light faded as Dai-Ho, Jisoo, and Taewon appeared in a dim corridor of the Korvax command ship. They wore the special suits Su Min had given them. The suits bent light around them, making them hard to see. "Did it work?" whispered Taewon. "Are we on the right ship?" Jisoo checked her small device. "Yes, we are near the engine room, just as planned." Dai-Ho looked both ways down the long hallway. "Remember, we need to reach the main control room. Stay quiet and follow me." They moved carefully through the massive ship. The halls were made of smooth metal that seemed to glow with a soft blue light. Unlike human ships, there were few signs or markings. "How do the Korvax find their way around?" asked Taewon. "They have computer chips in their bodies," said Jisoo. "The ship talks directly to their minds." As they turned a corner, they heard voices. 2 Korvax walked toward them, talking in their strange language. The humans pressed against the wall, barely breathing. Thanks to their special suits, the aliens walked past without noticing them. "That was close," whispered Dai-Ho when the Korvax were gone. They continued forward, following Taewon's map. After 20 minutes of careful walking, they reached a large door. "This should be it," said Taewon. "The main control room." Jisoo used her tools to work on the door's lock. "This is different from the other ship," she said. "More complex." While she worked, Dai-Ho's communicator made a soft sound. He answered it quietly. "Captain Kim here." "Sir, this is Commander Choi. The battle is not going well. We have lost 40 more ships. Their weapons are stronger than the first ships. We need that command ship disabled soon." "Understood," said Dai-Ho. "We are working on it." Just then, Jisoo smiled. "Got it." The door slid open. Inside was a large room with screens covering the walls. A dozen Korvax worked at different stations. In the center stood a tall Korvax wearing a special uniform. This must be their commander. The humans could not simply walk in. There were too many aliens. But Jisoo had a plan. "I need 5 minutes at that terminal," she said, pointing to a station near the door. "I can send my virus from there." Dai-Ho thought quickly. "We need a distraction." Taewon smiled. "I have an idea." He took a small device from his pocket and moved to a panel on the wall. "This will make the lights and communication systems go crazy." He attached the device and pressed a button. Immediately, the lights in the room began to flash. Alarms sounded. The screens showed random images. The Korvax moved quickly, trying to fix the problems. In the confusion, Jisoo slipped into the room and reached the empty terminal. Her fingers moved fast over the controls. "What is happening?" demanded the Korvax commander. "Unknown system failure," replied one of the aliens. "Multiple sectors affected." While they were distracted, Jisoo worked. She connected her device to the Korvax system and uploaded her virus. It would take a few minutes to spread. Meanwhile, Daeho and Taewon waited outside the door. Suddenly, a group of Korvax security officers ran toward them. One of them must have seen something. "Intruders!" shouted a Korvax. "Human intruders on board." Daeho pushed Taewon behind him. "Run! Get back to the transport point. I will hold them off." "But sir, that's an order. Jisoo needs more time." Taewon ran. Daeho faced the Korvax guards alone. He was a good fighter, but there were 6 of them. They fired their weapons. Daeho dodged, but a shot hit his leg. He fell. Inside the control room, Jisoo heard the fighting. She worked faster. "Almost there," she whispered. "Just a few more seconds." The Korvax began to notice her. The commander pointed. "There! Another human!" Jisoo pressed the final button. "Done." The virus was in their system. Already the screens began to change. Warning signs flashed everywhere. The Korvax commander grabbed Jisoo. "What have you done, human?" "I taught your computers to think like humans," she said. "To be unpredictable, to make mistakes." Outside, the Korvax ships began to lose formation. Their perfect coordination fell apart as the virus spread from the command ship to the others. In the battle, Commander Choi noticed the change. "Look, the Korvax ships are moving strangely. They are not working together anymore." The human fleet pressed their advantage. Without their perfect coordination, the Korvax ships became vulnerable. Inside the command ship, chaos spread. The Korvax, so dependent on their computers, did not know what to do when the systems failed. "You cannot defeat us," said the Korvax commander, still holding Jisoo. "We are technologically superior." "Technology is not everything," said Jisoo. "Humans know how to adapt. We know how to survive when things go wrong." At that moment, Daeho was dragged into the room by the guards. He was hurt but still fighting. "Captain Kim," said the commander, "your effort is admirable but useless." Daeho looked at Jisoo. She nodded slightly. The virus was working. "We will see about that," said Daeho. 3 days after the Great Battle, leaders from Earth and the Korvax met in a large room at the United Nations. The walls were lined with guards from both sides. In the center was a round table where Captain Daeho Kim sat facing Ambassador Talek. Daeho's leg was wrapped in bandages where he had been shot. Next to him sat Jisoo and Commander Minho. On Talek's side were 2 high-ranking Korvax officials who had arrived from their homeworld. "The terms of peace are simple," said Daeho. "Your ships will leave our solar system. You will share your true technology with us, not just the simple versions you gave before. And you will recognize Earth as an equal partner, not a resource to be used." Talek looked different now. The pride in his eyes was gone. "You could destroy our remaining ships," he said. "Why offer peace at all?" "Because that is not our way," said Daeho. "Humans fight when we must, but we prefer to build rather than destroy." The highest-ranking Korvax, Grand Minister Selak, leaned forward. "Your species has Serpi,"